what is validation? So first of all, the first thing is that validation is basically an example of an automated checking by a program. This is the same program that you are going to write. The next thing is that this program checks that the data is reasonable before it is accepted. इट मीन्स के डाटा एंटर होने से पहले ये चेक होता है कि डाटा रीजनेबल है. इज योर डेटा सेंसिबल इनफ. सो इट ऑल्सो स्टेट्स दैट एक चीज ये देखो कि जब वो ये चेक करेगा कि डाटा हमारा रीजनेबल है या नहीं, सो नाउ there are going to be two choices. For example, if that data is reasonable, so that means it's good to go. But just in case if it is not reasonable, that means that it is going to display a rejection message. एक rejection message बेटा आपके पास आ जाएगा that is going to tell that why your data is unaccepted. So the point is that validation is an automatic validation checking by a program that checks that your data is reasonable or not before it is accepted by a computer system. If the data is rejected, a message should be output explaining why it was rejected. अब validation के अंदर we will be discussing the types of checks that we have in validation, and the first method for validation is considered as your range check. We are going to discuss this. The second one is your length check. We are also going to discuss this. The third is your type check. We are also going to discuss this. The fourth is your presence check. And the next is your format check, and we have is your check digit. So these are all of the validation methods that we are going to discuss in detail. The reason of having a different number of length checks is that so that we can check हमारे सोच के मुताबिक हो. तो सबसे पहले मैं यहाँ पे डिस्कस करूंगा आपके साथ रेंज चेक. सो बिफोर डिस्कसिंग द रेंज चेक, can you tell me that why there is a need for a range check?
सर के नंबर पर तो चल रहा कितनी दफा प्रोग्राम चलेगा या प्रोग्राम में कितने नंबर.
Yes, range check is checking values between an upper value and lower value. This is your range check. Now, whenever I'm going to discuss about the range, that means I have two different values. One is going to be your upper value. The second is going to be your lower value, like an upper bound or a lower bound. Like, for example, I can state that the number of marks that you are awarded into your exam, the maximum of that is 75 and the minimum of that is 0. So this is basically a range that checks that if the value is on that certain numbers or not. Now, we will be discussing that how I can write the code of this.
ये मिनिमम और मैक्सिमम में यूज होता है
जी बेटा, minimum maximum is different. Minimum maximum checks that throughout a number of values which one is maximum and which one is minimum, whereas the a range is the one that checks that if it is in a certain range or not. For example, मैंने आपको 100 नंबर दिए, मैंने आपसे कहा कि इसमें से मुझे ये बताओ कि इन 100 नंबर्स के अंदर से आपके पास कौन सा मैक्सिमम और कौन सा मिनिमम है. सो देयर इज यू आर गोइंग टू ऐड that maximum and minimum program. But when I'm giving you a range of numbers, for example, I gave you that now any number that you enter into this program should be within this range, should be within this scale. So this is the area where you are going to use the range check. But if you have to find the highest and the minimum or the lowest, then you are going to cater that program. Clear है?
जी सर।
Now let's start this range check program. So first of all, we need to output. Please enter the student marks. And you know it, why I do that, so that I can tell my user that now you have to enter the student marks. Just after that, I basically add a loop here, repeat, and now I have written input student marks. Now the point is that why I have written input after repeat, it should be before than that. So you need to understand here that if I write this uh, above, so this is going to ask the student marks only once. But if I'm writing the repeat statement, that means that it is going to be repeated until a certain condition is met. And what is going to be that certain condition? वो condition मैं end में लगाऊंगा, वो देख लेना. इस वजह से हमने ये लगाया है. So input student marks. Now I'm going to enter the range. So if whatever of your students marks are less than 0 or your student marks are greater than 100, then what you need to do is that you need to output the student marks should be in this range, and if and this repetition is going to go until your student marks are greater than equals to 0 and your student marks are less than equals to 100. So any confusions in this?
नो सर। सर इसमें आखिरी में until के साथ end क्यों लगाया और क्यों नहीं लगाया?
बेटा until के साथ रिपीट के साथ until आएगा ना. अच्छा अच्छा, लिसन. जब भी आपके पास और कंडीशन लगती है तो और मीन्स दैट ओनली वन ऑफ द कंडीशन हैज टू बी मेट. मतलब कोई भी एक,
सही सही।
या तो ये या तो ये. एंड के अंदर ये होता है कि आपके पास एक लिमिट है और वो दोनों कंडीशंस मिलनी चाहिए. मतलब 0 से ज्यादा, 100 से कम. इफ स्टूडेंट मार्क्स, अच्छा जो जहाँ पे और लगेगा तो उसमें आई कैन से दैट ओनली वन कंडीशन कैन बी ट्रू, वेयर एज इन एंड बोथ ऑफ द कंडीशंस हैव टू बी ट्रू.
सही।
Now, the second area that we will be discussing is going to be your length check. Just after your range check, we will be discussing your length check. So first of all, why do I need this length check? So basically a length check checks that the data contains an exact number of characters. Like for example, if I am typing a password, you must have seen that these passwords are they should be a minimum of 8 digits, right? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If I write the password less than that, so it is not usually accepted. So this is the reason that I use a length check. A length check checks for the length of these characters 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, that they should be in a certain length. So just in case if they are in a certain length, they are accepted, and just in case if they are not, so they are not accepted. So let's work on to at one of the example. Like for example, first of all, I'm going to output. Please enter password of 8 characters. Then I'm going to write repeat, then input password, and then here comes the if statement, that if the length of your password is not equals to 8, then you need to output wrong, or you can write anything invalid or short of digits, anything. Like your password should be of 8 digits. You can write any message that's totally up to you, and then you can end this right here. And if but since you have applied the repeat statement, so repeat means that a certain condition should be met. So here comes the certain condition, that this should be keeps on going until the length of your password is equals to 8. And one thing you need to understand right here, that this word, this length, this is basically a function that is checking the length of that password. Any confusions or queries in this? Let's work on one of the another example of the same thing, that here is another example. Example 2 of your length check. And let's start it. Output, please enter your family name, and we have the loop right here. It's repeat, and then I can write input family name just after the loop, input family name. Now here you are going to apply the condition that if the length of your family name is greater than 30, or another condition that states the length of your family name is greater than 2. That means that the length, that whatever your family name is, it should be of the length that it should be less than 30 characters, and it should be greater than 2 characters. If this is it, if this is the case, then you can output that either too short or too long. please re-enter. And if and since this is a repeat statement, now you must be understanding that why am I writing this repeat statement. I am writing this again and again so that I can give a condition into terms of to that. And here is the given condition that it should be keeps on going until the length of your family name is greater than equals to 30 and the length of your family name should be greater than equals to 2. So any queries in this?
No, sir.
Now I'm moving to the third validation check, that is going to check your type check. And in your type check, we basically determine or we basically check that if the exact number is entered into the box or not. Like for example, if someone has asked for the name and you have entered your age, so it's totally wrong. That means that you have not entered that type. So a type check, a type check checks that the data entered is of given data type or not. For example, you are asking that how much siblings you have, how much brothers or sisters you have. So you are either going to write 1, 2, or 3. You're not going to say that I have 2.5 siblings, I have 1.5 siblings. This is not going to make any sense. So we are going to start it like output. How many brothers you have? Then the repeat condition. Just after that, input number of brothers, and if the number of brothers are not equals to div number of brothers comma 1. I'm going to explain this statement right just after I complete this. Then you need to output must be a valid value, and if until the number of brothers are is equals to div number of brothers comma 1. Now let me explain you this concept. Div function, that is if the number of brothers are not equals to div number of brothers comma 1. So this basically means like, for example, if you have the value of your number of brothers are 2 right here, and it should be equals to division 2 comma 1. So this basically means that if I have the value 2 right here and I have here 1, so 1, 2 is to 0. That means that this is a whole number. If I am working on to the division function of that, I have the value 0 here. That means that this is a whole number. But that means this is correct. But just in case if someone has written here 2.5, that I have 2.5 numbers of brothers. So if I write here with the div statement 2.5 comma 1, and now if I'm going to divide that 2.5, so certainly I'm going to have the answer into some sort of decimals. that means that this is not a whole number. So this division basically checks that the number of siblings or the number of brothers should be in a whole number. Any confusion in this?
सर हमें कॉमा के बाद 1 लिखना है, 1 पहले नहीं लिखना।
जी, कॉमा के बाद 1 लिखना है, क्योंकि यहाँ पे नंबर ऑफ ब्रदर्स में आएगा वही वैल्यू जो वो एंटर करेगा। इसमें कोई सवाल?
सर लेकिन हमने इसमें ये तो नहीं मेंशन करा ना कि होल नंबर्स नहीं आ सकते, तो डिवाइड करके होल नंबर भी आ सकता है।
कैन यू प्लीज रिपीट?
हमने इसमें ये तो नहीं लिखा ना कि होल नंबर नहीं आ सकते, तो अगर डिवाइड करके होल नंबर आ रहे हैं तो वो भी आ सकते हैं इसमें तो।
बेटा ये जो फंक्शन है, इस फंक्शन का मतलब ही यही है कि आपके पास जो भी वैल्यू है वो डिवाइड होने के बाद उसके जो नंबर ऑफ ब्रदर्स हैं वो 1 से अगर डिविजिबल हो रहा है तो हमारे पास होल नंबर की वैल्यू आनी चाहिए। अगर डेसिमल की वैल्यू आ रही है वो एक्सेप्टेबल नहीं है। इसको मैं
सही।
थोड़ा सा और एक्सप्लेन कर देता हूँ, जस्ट गिव मी अ मोमेंट। See, now when I am discussing for your div function, div basically stands for the integer division. Div basically means that you have to return the quotient that is the whole number part of a division। ये मतलब है diff का। diff का मतलब है कि इंटीजर डिवीजन आती है। इंटीजर डिवीजन हमें ये बताती है कि आपका जो कोशंट है वो होल नंबर है, वही आना चाहिए डिवीजन का। जैसे कि फॉर एग्जांपल अगर मैं यहाँ पे लिखता हूँ diff 10,3, this means that it returns the quotient of 10 when it is divided by 3।
सर मुझे समझ नहीं आया, आप रिपीट कर सकते हैं शुरू से?
जी जी, मैं रिपीट कर रहा हूँ। बेटा डिफ का मतलब ये है इंटीजर डिवीजन। ये करता ये है कि ये रिटर्न कराता है क्वोशंट, द होल नंबर पार्ट ऑफ अ डिवीजन। और क्वोशंट भी बता देता हूँ मैं क्या होता है। जब भी हम अपने पास डिवीजन करते हैं तो ये ये हमारे पास हमारा क्वोशंट होता है, ये डिविडेंड होता है, डिवाइजर होता है और ये रिमाइंडर होता है। अब ये जो हमारे पास है डिफ का फंक्शन हमें कहता है कि हमारे पास कोशंट आना चाहिए, लेकिन किसके अंदर? होल नंबर के अंदर। हमारे पास कोशंट आना चाहिए, ये वाला नंबर किसके अंदर? होल नंबर के अंदर। जैसे कि यहाँ पे लिखा हुआ है कि div 10,3 returns the quotient of 10 when it is divided by 3। तो इसका मतलब ये है कि मेरे पास 3:10, 9। तो so in your presence check, what you do is that you checks to ensure that some data has been entered and the value has not been left blank. Like for example, किसी के पास यहाँ पे name का box है. So it should not be left empty. It should not be left blank. This is the reasons of the using the presence check. A presence check ensure that the data should be entered into that or not. And to write it, it has to be like, for example, output. Please enter your email address. Then you have the function repeat. Then you need to write input email address, and if your email address is empty, this inverted commas means empty. That means that there is none of the value right here. Then you need to output that you have some of the data required. That means that you cannot left it blank. And it should be keeps on going until and unless your email address should not be equals to anything that is into it. That means के email address जब तक खाली ना हो उसको जब तक चलाते रहो, वैल्यू जब तक वहां पर मौजूद हो. This sign basically means not equals to, and these empty inverted commas means that empty spaces, blank spaces. Any confusion in this?
No, sir.
Like, for example, email address required, ये एक मिसाल दे रहा हूँ, email address required on a website. So it should be filled. So this is how a presence check is used. So far we have completed our presence check. We have completed our diff function. We have completed the type check. We have completed the length check, and we have completed the format range check as well. In the next class, we will be discussing format check and check digit.